And Lucy Anderson looks to have a run and a dart herself. Coming back now to the left side through Isabella Waterman. And she's having a run herself, but that's a great tackle there by Nicole Purdom and Emily Colenso. And now Varsity have the ball and they look to chip it up in the air, and that's a good nudge too by Tori Gapper. But Sam Curtis has taken that in well. Now Christchurch with the possession on halfway. And a penalty now for not releasing. So what will Varsity look to do here?
So they're definitely looking for the territory with Kendra Coxedge's boot.
Yeah, it's good for them to finally got some possession through that penalty, so they'll look to create some momentum through their line-out. What
a great run by Mathalolo here earlier on there, storming right through the line and taking in all the defenders.
Yeah, she's a dangerous player to look out for today, and as you know yourself, playing against her and alongside her, she's hard to put down, and those strong legs.
She hurts when she runs you over, I tell you what.
Yeah, you've definitely been on the other side of that.
Yeah.
So Sophie Anderson now to throw into the short line out for Varsity. And they're going to go up through Fee Wright. And she hasn't taken it cleanly, but it's come down. And Tori Gapper gives it to Liv McGovern. And now they've hit Taylor Simpson on the short ball. But she's isolated, like quick play here from Coxedge, but she's been taken by Lucy Jenkins, and the ref's got his arm out. He's waving all directions, really. Nicole Purdom has a pick and go. Varsity have got good momentum here. But the ref brings it back for a penalty, and that's definitely a kickable distance for Kendra. Just outside of the 22.
Slow defence by Christchurch there. I'm guessing that's their game plan to try and shut down those inside backs there.
Yeah, they've been called for offside, so I presume that was Lucy Jenkins taking out Kendra there. She looked like she wasn't quite behind the gameplay, but...
Oh, you know, Lucy Jenkins sees the ball there and she'll do anything to get it.
Yeah, she's a hungry player, isn't she? It's great to watch, and you know, old St Margaret's girl. Just have to add that in there.
Just got to add that in there.
Yeah, just cement that. No, she's been playing well the last 3 seasons, and I think hopefully this year she'll get a good crack in FPC if it all goes ahead, depending on the whole COVID situation.
Yeah, let's not ever mention that.
Yeah.
Keep it positive.
Yeah, that's a touchy subject, but she'll definitely be a key player here for Christchurch, and those turnovers as well. As they did get a bit isolated there, and there was a lot of daylight in between that ball carrier and the support players, so it's something to watch when you've got such good turnover rate from Christchurch. Kendra Coxedge now to take the 3. And she's got it. So, points on the board for Varsity. So the home team take the lead now, 3-0. But yeah, dangerous Kendra on that boot. She's going to take those anywhere, anytime. So
absolutely.
Isabella Waterman to kick us off here. Goes down to Fee Wright, who's taken it well, and she's got the legs pumping. She's taken down. Kendra Coxedge now to feed to Tori Gapper. Gives a short ball to Nicole Purdom. She bumps Hannah King and says, "Whoa, this is club rugby, mate." Now she gives it out to Liv McGovern, has a wee dart, but she's taken down by Lucy Anderson and Martha Lola here. Slow ball here for Varsity. Bit of pressure at the breakdown. Ref's given another penalty off their feet.
Don't know if you saw it there, Mel, but Sammy Curtis coming on the outside there. She really shut it down, stopped that wide ball going.
Yeah, that outside in D.
Yeah, put the pressure on those inside backs and make her inside backs make the tackle. Smart move by the wingers.
Yeah, Sam Curtis has definitely got good experience on that left wing, and she'll be a strong player for them today, but she's also cemented that left wing for Canterbury for a number of years now, so she's one to watch out for.
Definitely a great wing and very versatile as well with speed. She's got the kicking option, great tackler, great defender.
Now Varsity, they look to go short again, and they'll use Fee Wright, and she's taken it in a tough take, but she's got it down. Liv McGovern now with the ball, and they're going out to Tori Gapper. We've got space here now through Taylor Ulridge. And if she can link up, this will be very dangerous for Sarita to go. And it looks like Sarita's got the pace and goes all the way.
Absolutely. Great options there by Varsity. They're the tight three with Taylor going short and having Tori wrap around the back, giving them options.
Yeah, that was a really interesting play because they actually ran that move probably about 5 minutes ago and they went to that short option to Taylor, and this time they went out the back to Tori, and even having Taylor Ulrich as well coming on that short ball just opened things up, and she was able to link up with Sarita. So
yeah, very smart to get them into a false sense of hope that the short ball's coming.
Yeah, they've definitely conditioned the Christchurch backline there to go hit that short option and then go out the back. They be in no man's land now, not knowing what move, where to go, and both good ball carriers through Taylor Simpson and out the back to Tori, so it's a lethal move, that one, really.
Very lethal. Almost be looking to hit short now.
It's tempting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or we might just see a show and go by Liv McGovern.
Yeah, I'd love to see that. It's one of her prize moves.
Kendra Coxedge now. It's a tough kick. Hard angle, but she's got pretty good conditions today, so
no excuses.
And that one's just pushed out to the right. But good distance there from Kendra. And guess did she have some wheat bix this morning flatting with her? So
she's always a porridge girl, that one.
Oh, porridge.
Yeah,
very
porridge.
Interesting. Was she quite excited for today's game? Or?
Oh, mate, she was absolutely amping. You know, I could feel the energy coming off her as soon as I got out of my bed. Finally.
So Izzy to start off again, and she's kicked deep this time, but it doesn't sit well for Fee Wright. But she's collected it again, and she takes the ball up. Sarita to clean, and Kendra takes the ball now and gives to Tori Gapper. And Cindy Nellis hits the short ball, but she's hit back by Atlanta Lola here. She's having a wonderful game. Now Liv McGowan in some space, but she gives it and it's intercepted by Martha Lola here. Gosh, those two are all over the paddock at the moment. Now it's for Christchurch in good field position with Atlanta taking the ball up. But she's denied metres now and looks to go back through young Hannah King. And she's having a wee dab. Good D from Varsity though. They're really scrambling, but they seem to be putting it down, and the ref's got his arm out for a penalty.
Crucial position here.
Yeah.
Definitely look to execute this.
We could see maybe a scrum here and go back on that 8-9. Off. No, we're going to see a shot. Take the points.
Take the points when they were on offer. I thought that was your quote.
Yeah, finals footy. You can't get away with not taking the points when they're there. 3's a 3, I guess.
It's looking like a very, very physical game with Varsity running some awesome lines, but Christchurch really standing their ground and making those big tackles.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a long game, I think.
Yep.
At the moment, Kendra and Izzy are going tit for tat for these penalty kicks, so we're only one try in it at this stage with Varsity, but Christchurch got some points on the board now.
Definitely, both teams looking very, very dangerous. Fee Wright, though, when she's getting that ball in her hand off the kickoff.
Yeah, it's just sitting up for her, and she's fumbled it a couple times, but she's a potent ball carrier, so it'd be good to see more of her throughout the game. Kendra Coxedge to restart the game for us here. And she's kicked deep, and Kaylee Tavendale awaits now. And she's given off to Ash Brett in some space. She's taken down by her opposite, Sarita. And it's been stripped by Sophie Anderson, but the referee says no, no, no.
They're obviously very desperate, these Vipers. They're looking for those penalties, but unfortunately that's going the opposite way. Giving away a bit of possession, bit of territory as well.
Especially with Izzy's boot, you don't want to be doing that all day.
Definitely not.
And that has not gone out, as we say. It's been taken down by Taylor Orridge, and she puts it back down the other end. Now we're in the midfield with Christchurch. And it's pick and go there by, looks like Lucy Anderson. Now Varsity have turned the ball over, and they come back through this left side through Stacey Noir. Kendra Coxedge with the ball. It gives to Charlotte Allen. Now through Cindy Nellis, and she puts a little grub in. That's a great nudge from the tall lock. We've got and Bronwyn Dibbs. She's picked the ball up. They're in good position here. Still going is Taylor Simpson. Kendra Cochise to feed now to Greer O'Rourke. And she's put down just short. Another carry through Fee Wright. It's got the ball in her hands now, and she's a dangerous ball carrier, but she's put down just short of the line. Go Kendra out wide, but it's a poor pass to Liv McGovern, and she's under pressure, but the ref's blowing the whistle.
How good, Cindy Nellis, a lock, putting a wee grabber through.
That was a nudge and a half too.
Absolutely devastating when a forward's got talent like that.
She must have been practicing that, but they've gone quick again through Cindy Nellis. And Kendra will look to go wide again here. She's gone really wide out to Taylor Simpson. I've got numbers here for Liv McGovern, and she dots down, and she's ecstatic. Gosh, we've seen that a couple of times from Liv. She knows how to get the team up.
She is absolutely that big hype man, and the varsity bench is just going wild as well. They're here to win, I reckon.
I know we don't have supporters here today, but gosh, the team bench is sounding like they've got a whole stadium full. Oh, that was awesome heads-up play, though. They looked to slow the ball down, and then Kendra just spots a wee gap for Cindy Nellis, and just momentum got them over the line there, I guess.
Definitely, they caught them off guard, because CHCH definitely would not have been expecting a quick tap there.
Yeah, when you got Kendra Coxedge on the field, you just got to keep your wits about you in all aspects.
Expect the unexpected, right?
Yeah, but I've been impressed with Taylor Simpson. Her straight line running and change of angles there created room for Liv McGovern out wide.
Absolutely.
And Liv loves the dot down too.
Loves the dot down. Liv's an amazing player to work off others. And Taylor just keeping her hands free, looking for that offload out the back, round the back. Left hand, right hand, doesn't matter. Liv will be there.
Kendra to add the 2 now. And that's pushed just away to the left, so unable to convert for her varsity team, but they do have the points on the board, sitting now 13-3.
Fitness, I think, is going to be come into play this game. You know, bright day. It's going to be a good running footy game.
Yeah, it is good weather today, especially. We haven't had much rain or anything for the pitch to be damp and underfoot, so it's definitely good to see some running rugby out there.
Beautiful for the backs.
Feed the backs.
Feed the backs.
Izzy Waterman to start us off now. She kicks deep again, and who's under it but Fee Wright. She decides to give to Kendra Coxedge now, and she's put that out just before the 40-metre line.
Smart option there. Fee's been taking it up, and I'm guessing that CHCH will probably put a few players there to put in front of her now, so feeding Kendra to put it out. Starting to play a bit more of a territory game.
Yeah, it's good to see. Fee's been she's been compacted down there in that kick-off, so it's good to see her get it out to Kendra and take some weight off her. Kaylee Davendale now down to Brooke Parker. Hannah King feeds Lucy Anderson, and she storm rolls over Greer O'Rourke. In position now and just over halfway. Martha Lolohea looks to have a carry, and she's put down. CHCH will look to come back the right through Angie Sisafia. And she's held up. A good tackle by Fee Wright there. Pick and go by Amy Milne. But she's isolated, and the Lucky's still here to have the ball, but Tori Gap has been called offside by the referee. CHCH still here in position through Tamara Silcock. Now Brooke Parker looks to feed Sam Curtis and gives it to Lucy Anderson. She's put down again by Greer O'Rourke and Nicole Purdom. Sam Curtis to stand at first receiver, and she gives the inside ball to Pip Love. That was very nice. Pip loves that inside option, and now out to Rebecca Todd, and she's given it to Isabella Waterman, who's trying to fight off Liv McGovern. Rebecca Todd here again with another carry, and she's taken down by Stacey. Oh, and unfortunately that one just didn't come off for Pip Love, and varsity now have the penalty, and quick tap by Kendra Coxedge. Don't turn your back, CHCH. And it's a chip and chase over the top and foot race here, but varsity have cleaned it up through Sarita DeGrow, and she's put out though through the sideline by Isabella Waterman.
Well, we said it before, expect the unexpected. You know, she was down in their half, but didn't opt to kick. She saw the opportunity and took it.
Yeah, you turn your back on Kendra Coxedge and you'll know about it.
Yeah, you never turn your back on Kendra Coxedge.
Yeah. Now, great heads-up play, though. I mean, varsity were all with her, and that's the most important thing, is you can't go alone. So it's good that they're aware that she's going to take those free kicks, and she's always going to have that quick tap option.
Absolutely. Something from Christchurch, though, they've been looking very versatile. You know, they've got options everywhere going left and right. They're not necessarily sticking straight to any structure, but eyes up, looking where the holes are.
Yeah, you just see the scrum there, screw to the right, and Stacey Niles got it off there to Kendra Coxhead and didn't come off there for Tori Gapper, but Christchurch has got it in now. And they've taken it down on the left side. Looks to be Lucy Anderson with the pace out wide. Sam Kurt looks to play halfbacks, giving it to Lucy Jenkins, and she's denied any metres, but the ref's called it a high tackle. She's still in position here, Christchurch, and Angie Sisafia looks to run that short line. She's taken down by Emily Colenso in a great tackle, but referee's gone back for the high tackle.
Very good clean up there by Christchurch, that loose ball. They just got straight on it. Everyone was running around looking for gaps.
Yeah, gosh, good to see Lucy Anderson out there with that speed down the left wing.
I reckon speed and power, you can't beat it.
Although we haven't seen her get up yet. I'm sure she might have just tied a shoelace. Just wanting some rest time. It's definitely been a high intensity game and lots of running going on, so I don't think Lucy Anderson would mind the break.
Both teams looking to keep the ball alive, KBA as they call it. Being very versatile and just looking for those options.
We got a short line out again here for Christchurch. So they look to use Angie Sesafia. Looks like she's out wide. Can't see her in the line out. So again they'll go short. No, yes, they've gone short to Atlanta Lolahia. And that's a great play from Rebecca Todd to Atlanta Lolahia. And now Kaylee Tavendale has a run up the middle. But she's put down by 3 varsity defenders. Brooke Parker now to feed Hannah King with Angie Sisafia having a crack at Emily Colenso with a big right fend. And she's still going. She gets up and motors on, but she's lost the ball in contact. So it's been lost forward by Angie Sisafia.
How good was that line out? The short ball to Atlanta Lolo here.
Yeah.
Running up the sideline. She's got incredible speed for a forward, sorry. And definitely looking to... She's devastating when she gets the balls in the hand.
Yeah, I guess that comes from her experience playing in the back line at schoolgirls level.
Definitely. She's got the vision of a back and the power of a forward.
Yeah, she's one to watch out for, and she's been so exciting just in this club series, so can't wait to see her even higher honours, maybe an FEC level.
Yeah, should be absolutely in line for that, and she's still very, very young. She's only 18, 19...
17.
17!
Yeah.
Look at that. Wow, she's incredibly young, but plays with the knowledge and experience of an old head.
And I think there was a great heads-up play from Rebecca Todd. She could have taken it to Kaylee Tevendale, but she's gone straight to Atlanta. Now Kendra looks to gain some territory, and she hoofs it up the field, but sits up now for Ash Brett, and she's given off to Martha Lolahia. But Liv McGovern comes in and makes a dominating tackle. Ash Brett looks to clear the ball, but it's a wee bit awkward here, and she's finally got it out, and Rebecca Todd shifts it on to Pip Love. We've got some space out wide here, and they've shifted it down to Sam Curtis now, and she has a run up the left wing, but it looks like she's lost that forward.
Good vision by the forwards there, you know, passing the ball out wide, something Pip Love doesn't like to do too often, but I'm sure if that came off, the rewards would have been great.
Yeah, Sam Curtis just unable to hold on to that ball, looking for that inside option off Tamara Silcock, but the line just wasn't quite there. Now we've got a varsity throw. Another short line out here from varsity. Both teams utilising that short line out.
Well, both have very, very good jumpers and very good experience there in the forwards, so looking up to speed up the game and have options out wide. And
they go through to Stacey, but it's put down, and Charlotte Allen looks to clean up, but unfortunately it's a knock on. Untidy now after this first 24 minutes, and I guess everyone's starting to take in those deep breaths. It's a hot summer's day in Christchurch, really. But,
absolutely, and just finals footy, a bit more nerve-wracking than just your average club game, so definitely been trying to keep those nerves in check. It's always a hard thing to do.
Yeah, I guess you've really just Got to collect yourself again now and get back to your processes as we see an untidy scrum set up.
Always a bit of niggle there in the forwards, isn't there? A few words back and forth probably, I'm sure, from Pip Love probably. She loves to get in the head of her opposition.
Yeah, well, it's Pip Love lining up against Sophie Anderson, and they've both got a lot to say, so I'm sure they'll be having a good tussle out there today. And now we look to Brooke Parker to feed to Hannah King. They give it up to Martha Lolahi, and she's put her head down and gone straight over the top of Liv McGovern. But she's put down just inside the 22 here. With Lucy Anderson, she'll carry again and gets her offload to Sam Curtis. They've got good momentum here, and they've got some space on the right side, but the ref's given a penalty again. Varsity conceding, not rolling away. So looks like Emily Colenso or Greer O'Rourke just got stuck in that ruck there.
Honestly, the penalties are losing it for Vipers at the moment. They've got to be really careful around that. They've just got to keep their hands to themselves, I guess.
Yeah, so if you're just joining us now, this is the final of the Canterbury Women's CanStaff Premier Competition. Join myself, Melanie Puckett, with Blackfern and Canterbury FEC player Grace Brooker. We're enjoying some great rugby here. I don't know about anyone else at home, but it's been enjoyable to watch so far.
Very exciting, very dynamic, and it's been super cool to watch. It's just a great insight of what women's rugby is and what it can be.
We see a few people out there in the background, but don't be too worried. They're all here for a reason. The boys are just about to play their game at 2:45, and we've got some Canterbury FBC coaches there in the background. They'll be looking on. And Isabella Waterman, great nudge from her just inside the 22 there to add the points for Christchurch.
Absolutely devastating boot by Izzy. She's one of those players that will spend hours and hours and hours practicing her kick just to get it better. One of the best probably in Christchurch.
Yeah, and the FPC coaches are naming the team tomorrow unofficially, and then media release on Wednesday, so they'll be looking to make their last touch-ups as it comes down for Isabella Waterman, and she's booted it back down just outside of halfway. But they've taken it back as he was outside of the 22.
Always hard to see where the ball's coming from. You know, you just think that's the best option and take it. But yeah, you've always got to look from where the ball's coming from. If they pass it back or carry it back into the 22 and it goes out in the full there, it goes back to where they've kicked it from.
And now we've got a Varsity line out taken down by Greer O'Rourke, and it's a driving maul here by Varsity as it's at the back for Sophie Anderson, but Fee Wright comes out with the ball now, and Kendra Cox's to deliver to Nicole Purdom, hits it up just outside of the 5 metres. And it's gone now again for Charlotte Allen. And Kendra Coxedge feeds now to Sophie Anderson. They look to snap back on this left side through Tori Gapper and Liv McGovern. They've got space out wide for Sarita to go. She's put down by Ash Brett. The ball's loose, but Kendra's snapped it up through Cindy Nellis. Stacey Noah's got the ball now, and she gives it out to Greer O'Rourke, but Lucy Jenkins is all over her. Nicole Purdom has a dab at the line now, but she's put down short, and Kendra goes out wide now again through the backs through Taylor Simpson. Good ball carry there. Slowing the ball down here, Kendra Coxedge, and they've gone back through Stacey Noah, and she's short of the line. They'll look to rumble here through the pick and go by Nicole Purdom, but she's put back on her back, and now got Kendra to deliver out wide again. It goes to Taylor Simpson on that short line, and Taylor Orridge now dots down.
Again, Taylor Simpson with her arms free through that tackle, getting the offload off on the short ball. She's looking very dangerous there. Yeah,
that change of angle, it's dangerous for that Varsity side, just having support players outside of Taylor Simpson.
Absolutely. They're looking to obviously grunt it up through the middle, few pick and goes every now and again, and then looking for that wide ball.
They're definitely playing a great team structure here, Varsity, and it's probably something Christchurch need to start to work and synchronise as a team.
Definitely. So it's a 15 woman game, this game.
We saw a wee touch dive there from Taylor Orridge. Can't help herself. Obviously, played for Touch Canterbury for a number of years in the Canterbury women's team. So she'll be looking to transfer those skills over into 15s rugby, and definitely saw there a wee touch dive.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see some touch stepping too.
Yeah.
A few whacks in the midfield.
Yeah. Kendra here now to add the 2 for varsity. And that one, she's pushed that one away as well, so unable to convert Taylor Ulridge's try.
We water off the Ducks back though, because she'll just carry on with the next play. Again, she's got the experience to just take a breath and move on.
Yeah, she's got a great mindset, and I guess she's had time over the years to progress that and really nail it.
Christchurch are looking dangerous when they get go forward, but it's just getting the ball in hand and keeping it there at the moment.
Yeah, they're definitely letting down the execution as Isabella Waterman kicks us off again. And they've gone down to Kendra Coxedge, puts up another kick to turn around the defenders. And that's just gone out quite nicely just before halfway.
Watergirl there took a beautiful catch, put her on the field.
Oh, I think she needs a highlight video, that Watergirl. That was an outstanding catch. So short line out again here for Christchurch. But struggling with numbers varsity, and it goes to Kaylee Tavendale, down to Brooke Parker, but Cindy Nellis has put all the pressure in the world on her, and she's in all sorts of trouble on the sideline.
Good pressure there from Vipers. Cindy Nellis, like you said, just flew off the back of the line out there to cut off that pass.
Yeah, just a wee fumble from Kaylee Tavendale in that line out, just held the ball up for that extra second, and Cindy Nellis was able to get in there and be a wee peasant. Wee weasel.
Canadian international Cindy Nellis played for the Canadian women's team, usually a number 8, but she's been locking here in New Zealand, which is very exciting, getting amongst it.
Gosh, there's a lot of chat from that sideline.
Yeah, very vocal, very vocal.
Vipers benches, they look like they're itching to get on, really. Yeah. Kendra Coxedge now to feed the scrum. And it's a clean ball for Tori Gapper. And she's just set that up for Sarita to grow. And a quick ball again now for varsity through Taylor Simpson. She'll have a run as Sam Curtis shoots out of the line, goes to Taylor Ulridge, and now we've got some speed on Bronwyn Dibb. But Isabella makes a great cover tackle. She keeps that side alive for Christchurch. They were in all sorts of trouble there.
Outstanding ball from Tori Gapper there, Tarawarewa Gapper. Just floated it up for Sarita to burst onto it with speed. That's what you like to see. That's a dream ball for any outside back.
An 0-1 there we see.
An 0-1.
Classic varsity move. And now Rebecca Todd to feed the short line out again. They'll look to go to Kaylee Tavendale. Nope, they've gone to Tamara Silcock. She brings it down, but not straight is the call by the referee. Daryl Haynes, our referee today, with Rod Runkin and Paul Skillip on the ARs.
Unfortunate there by Rebecca Todd. She's been throwing in very, very well, but obviously there was just a wee mix-up there. Maybe a bit of confusion, but definitely a bit of territory here for Vipers to execute another try, hopefully.
Yeah, great field position. I'm excited to see what the backs come up with this time. We look, Taylor Simpson is slotted just in above Liv McGovern there, so they might look to use Taylor on that short ball and then pop to Liv.
Yeah, it would be devastating if that happens, you know. Liv McGovern just absolutely outstanding on those short balls. Got a great rugby brain on her shoulders, so it's hard to defend when you got someone like that in front of you. You'd never know what they're going to do, so you just got to stay on your toes and keep alive.
Kendra Coxedge now to feed the scrum. And not happy on that right side is Sophie Anderson. Just pops up, and I think she'll be getting a bit of stick for there from Pip Love, I'd say.
Absolutely. Pippi Love will not be like to be told that she's doing something wrong. She's got a lot of experience, old Pip Love. She Black Fern player herself, so she knows what she's got to do.
Unfortunately missed out on the last World Cup, and obviously there's a big one next year here in New Zealand, so she'll be looking to make her starting spot for the Black Ferns. And it's a penalty gone to Christchurch. Referees looked like he was giving it an old kick.
Yeah, kicking it through, I guess.
That's an untidy one, isn't it?
Yeah, interesting. But again, Izzy looking for that territory.
She'll put it out here. Set them up for a line out.
Again, probably going to use Martha Lolo here to burst it up through the middle. It's been really good seeing her running it straight a bit more this game. She lost it a wee bit there, using her power, just running it straight, and she's absolutely devastating.
As we see another short line out here for Christchurch. Now go to the front at Kaylee Tavendale. Brooke Parker, she's under all pressure by Cindy Nellis. Is obviously looking to target her there, but it's not straight.
Even though it wasn't straight out, Cindy Nellis, she'll be getting in the head of Brooke Parker, won't she?
Yeah, definitely. She wrapped that little halfback up like a toy in a toy store.
Lovely, lovely.
If you're not entertained by the rugby, you've got to be entertained by the chat, surely.
Surely. But absolutely outstanding there. Cindy Nellis, she's another player that likes to get in the heads of her opposition, and that's definitely what she's doing to Brooke Parker, cutting off that pass, making her be isolated and getting the rest of her team over the ball, hopefully looking for that turnover. And
Brooke's probably now just a bit more cautious about that, and she's probably not getting the ball away as she usually would, so she'll be needing to get that confidence back up and just get some clean ball off the line out.
Being a halfback yourself, what do you think she could work on there?
I guess she's just looking up for Cindy, and she's kind of waiting for Cindy to be there, but she just needs to get that ball, get it away. She gets hit. She just needs to take one for the team and get that ball out. But so we see an untidy scrum here by Varsity, but they've got it away through Tori Gapper, and Liv McGovern on the short ball through the hole of Taylor Simpson that opened up. And now out again now to Tori Gapper, and through the hands of Taylor Simpson. She's got away from Martha Lola here, but she's brought down now just outside, inside of the 22, but the ball's been turned over, and we've had an injury here to Taylor Simpson, so the referee will just look to get the physio on the field. And
big scrum there by Christchurch, though. Absolutely dominated it, made it a very messy ball for Kendra CHCH.
Yeah, she was under all sorts of pressure there, and Christchurch definitely made a mark on that scrum, so I think they've got their ears up now and they'll be looking to do that again.
Definitely be looking for that territory now, and possibly even going into the scrum if the penalty comes available instead of taking the points.
His Varsity's got quite a young scrum compared to Christchurch's experience through the likes of Pip Love and Rebecca Todd there, as well as Angie at the back. Kaylee Tavendale has been a prominent player for Christchurch over the years.
All Canterbury players, even Amy Milne, she was in the wider squad last year, so definitely a lot of experience and a lot of strength there, a lot of skill. I wouldn't know myself, but I don't know how to prop, but doesn't look too hard, does it?
Grace, I actually think you'd be alright, you know, if you started eating a bit more sandwiches and whatnot. I think you could probably have a crack in the front row.
Yeah, why not? Chuck a number one on my back and you'll see me out there next year.
I actually hear that you bench more than the props in the Canterbury high performance area there, so
that's old Becky Davidson.
So now here we are for Christchurch. They're under a bit of pressure here by Varsity, and it's scrappy play, and they've lost the halfback at Brooke Parker as she's been caught up in the contact area. The referee's called a penalty now. Off your feet, Varsity. So you need to tidy that area up.
Definitely the coach killer, I reckon. They're just giving away way too many penalties, giving away way too much territory.
But you've got to give it to them. They're hungry for that ball.
They are hungry for the ball.
And Christchurch have tapped and go here, and it's gone into the hands of Lucy Anderson. And she's brought down. They look to go again through that left side of Rebecca Todd, and she puts a wide pass out there, and Sam Curtis is unable to tidy up there. It looks like it's gone the way of Varsity again, and the referee has called that a knock-on, so Christchurch just having to push that pass there.
Yeah, interesting move. Interesting move taking that pass.
So we're half-time here now, and the score is 18-6 to Varsity, the home team.
It's been a very exciting game.
We've seen all sorts, really, haven't we?
All sorts. Balls flying everywhere, girls flying everywhere, big hits, little hits.
We've seen some good play, though, from Varsity in those 2 tries.
Definitely. They're looking absolutely outstanding, just absolutely ripping up with all the options.
I got really grubby and it was actually pretty fun to play in the mud. Rugby is fun. I think my favourite part would have to be tackling the kids. Tackling.
It's good to see them growing their game and learning how to tackle. Last year they've been doing ripper where it's just there's been no tackling, and then by the end of the season, this season they're tackling hard and running hard, so it's great to see their game developing.
Well, it's fun because they're like all my friends and I know them all, and most of them are from school.
Their confidence grows. There's some girls who, you know, at the start of the season they'd never played before and weren't really confident with the game, and by the end of the season their confidence is growing heaps and, you know, enjoying being part of a team.
I would say try your best and run hard, pump your knees and get lots of tries.
Yeah, I'm loving rugby. Like every Saturday I wake up, I'm just so keen to get out there, especially even trainings. I used to hate netball trainings, but rugby trainings, this is so much fun. Just love getting out there and getting muddy. At the start of the season, I was a bit worried because I did not know what to do, but my team's been absolutely amazing and helping me out, giving me tips all along the way. It's been so good.
The people I've met have been amazing. They've helped me through a lot. When I didn't know how to play rugby, you know, they gave me a lot of skills. I wasn't fit, but now I feel like I could achieve more.
When you make a break and have a wee run, it's really fun. I knew that women's rugby was getting so big, so that's actually like one of the factors that made me decide to join, because I obviously really love watching the girls' rugby on TV and stuff.
That's the cool thing about rugby. Everyone's from different backgrounds, but everyone just seems to click. Like, doesn't matter really where you're from in the environment, you're just kind of like best friends, really. It's pretty cool.
I think my favourite thing about it is that it's a challenge. Like, you can always be fitter or stronger, and you know, you've got such like a massive area to run around on, especially compared to like netball.
You do learn a lot of skills, and I mean, you've got about 30 people in your squad, so you could not do it by yourself. Yeah, definitely learned lots of skills along the way, which has been really cool. Organisation, one of them.
It's awesome when you see like little kids coming up and then you're like, do you play rugby? And they're like, no, but I want to.
And the way like rugby's going now is a career pathway, which is really cool. So younger girls, like when they're growing up, they might want to be a blackfin, and they can do just that.
I didn't want to sit on the sidelines doing nothing.
Refereeing for me has boosted my confidence 10 times what it was. I can just do whatever I want now without any fear of what other people will think.
To be honest, I'm fitter now than when I was playing. So I quite like to walk around the field and run around the field with my headphones going with some loud music and sort of embrace what's around you and sort of soak it up, so it's sort of you get the same feels if you can smell the liniment and all that sort of thing that the former players miss.
Still like a member of the club that I used to play for. Always go after the games up to every club that I can, to their club rooms and have a beer.
That's the most rewarding thing. You know, you can walk out of there on a Saturday with a smile on your face because you've just made a little kid's day, or you've reffed a great game, so it's really rewarding.
It's actually really rewarding seeing good play, being involved with a really good game. Might not be the top two teams in the grade, but the bottom teams might play a far better game than what the top two teams do because they're willing to have a crack.
So we're back now for the second half of the Canterbury Women's Cairnstar Premiership competition. Final between UC and Christchurch here, and UC are taking the lead at 18 points to 6 over Christchurch, the remaining champions, and they'll be looking for the four-peat, but at the moment they looks like they could be denied by Varsity.
Varsity looking super strong there, so lots of position, lots of strength and skill.
So Isabella Watermans kicks us off again here, and it goes down to Greer O'Rourke, and she's had a storming run up there, but she's put down by Lantalola here, and it goes wide through Tori Gaffer, and that's a loose pass out wide, and it's set up here for, looks like Liv McGovern has to go back and tidy up, but the referee's called it a knock on.
Messy start there by Christchurch. They'll be looking to fix that up. We saw at the end there they took a quick tap on the penalty when they're just outside their 22, so not even looking for the territory, looking a bit lost, so hopefully guidance of older players such as Rebecca Todd and Angie Sasifa there, they'll be looking to calm it down and really get it settled, start playing their own game.
Yeah, and I guess Steph Fox and Stephen Bree would have had a few words to say at half-time to the Christchurch side, as Kendra now looks to come off the back, and she looks to put it up and over the defence, and it's got behind Isabella Waterman, but she snapped it back up and got a right foot stepped there on Bronwyn did, but again, pick and go by Lucy Anderson, and she's broken through the tackle of Greer O'Rourke, still pumping those legs, but Sophie Anderson takes her down, and Brooke Parker looks to feed Atlanta Lolohea now, who's held up there by Nicole Purdom, who's having a very great game, and then Hannah King gives a short ball to Rebecca Todd on that change of angle, and they go again. Brooke Parker looks to have a wee dab, but she's taken down by Stacey, and it goes wide now, and inside ball to Rebecca Todd. She's working hard up and down that paddock, but through Brooke Parker and Nina Paletti, the new person on the paddock, and she's been held up, but she's taken down now with the help of Pip Love, and the ball's pretty untidy here, and the referee's got his arms up, but it's been turned over by Varsity, and Kendra will look to get that ball. Left foot boxy by Kendra Coxedge. It sits up there for Rebecca Todd and moves it on to Isabella Waterman, who gives a flat pass out to Martha Lolohea, and she's taken down by Liv McGovern. Wraps those legs up. Short ball here to Sam Curtis by Brooke Parker, and she's scragged down by Fee Wright. It's going wide now through Brooke Parker out to Ash Brett. Puts a bit of footwork on. Now Angie Safisa has a go with the ball. And it's untidy here for Christchurch. Nina Paletti looks to get those Varsity players out of the way, but it's been brought down by both Christchurch and Varsity, and the ref called it Varsity ball.
Niggly play there, lots of turnovers in the rucks, just really looking to dominate each other, you know.
A few sore players out there. We had a few down, and that unprecedented play, and Martha Lolohea limps off, and hopefully she can shrug that one off. But Lynn McGovern was down, and with all sorts going on in that passage of play.
All sorts. Two tough players though, and definitely two key players, so they'll just walk it off, you know. Pain is gain, pain is glory.
Yeah, so we're back now in the Varsity 22, and they'll look to get themselves out of trouble here after some pressure put on. And we've just had a change after that half-time. Nina Paletti takes off Amy Milne and comes on and onto that right side of the scrum at prop. And Kendra Coxey looks to feed now. The scrum's turn, but Kendra gets it away and puts a nudge down the field, and it's gone out just before halfway.
Beautiful play there, obviously trying to get a bit of width with playing with the number 8 there off the back of the scrum. Smart move, I think. Gets it clear. Also gets those defensive players rushing up as well, so they've got further to run back.
So Rebecca now throw to Kaylee Tavendale at the top of the line out, and they've taken it down here, Christchurch, with Atlanta Lolohea at the back, but they're going backwards, so they've taken it to ground now. Just need to secure that ball, Christchurch. They've gone out through Hannah King, the first receiver, and Lucy Anderson has a crash up the middle, sitting at second receiver. They'll look to go right again with Pip Love and Sam Curtis, but it's untidy again, and Varsity have got the penalty after a really tough ruck there. I think not rolling away, but Kendra doesn't quite get that one out either, so it sits up for Rebecca Todd, and she snaps back to Sam Curtis, who puts a nudge up. She gets some chases behind this kick. It will be dangerous, but set up for Taylor Ulrich, who swings the ball out wide to Liv McGovern, and she sets up midfield. Kendra now goes back through Stacey Noa. Got space now on that right hand side, and they've given it to Tori Gapper, who shifts the ball out to Fee Wright with some space to burn. Still going, gets the offload away to Tori Gapper, and Kendra Coxedge will go in for Varsity's try, and that was a great team try.
Beautiful play there, moving the ball around, looking for space, drawing the players in. That is textbook rugby right there.
We seem to have some confusion here. Looks like Angie Sasifa is having her say, and the ref isn't too bothered about it. It looks like he's awarded the try, so Kendra will look to convert her own try here.
Yeah, very good there. Ref's not having a bar of it. He doesn't want to hear any talk back. I think that's a very clean try. It's classic rugby there.
Some key players involved in that Varsity try through Tori Gapper, and they definitely identified that space on the right hand side. Christchurch were outnumbered, so they really need to work on their cover D coming across and getting a few caught in that ruck as well. I think trying to get those turnovers, but leaving their outsides pretty bare.
Definitely going to be a challenge there for Christchurch.
And Kendra gets this one. She converts her own try.
Just looking for the fitness there, where obviously Vipers, they're a very, very fit team, and they're already looking to execute that, working the Christchurch team around the park and making the move.
So Kendra adds the extras here, and Varsity now with the lead. It's 25 points to 6. That's quite a lead in a final there, Grace.
That's a huge lead, and I'm not certain, but I'm pretty sure that that's probably the most Christchurch have been behind this whole season.
Yes, and Isabella Waterman kicks us off here, but it goes short to the number 8, Stacey Noa. Kendra now with the boxy off the right foot, and that one sits up for Angie Sasifa. Brooke Parker now to feed to Hannah King at first receiver, and she gives it off to Rebecca Todd with a storming run through the middle. Brooke Parker now looks to snap back, but she's going to go on the right side through Lucy Anderson, and Kaylee Tavendale gets a ball at the ribs there. She's taken that into contact. Nina Paletti, the new person on the paddock, and she bumps off one, but she's taken down just short of the 10 metres. Now Pip Love gets the dish ball out the back to Martha Lolahia, and she's passed it on to Isabella Waterman, who's using some fancy footwork out there on that right hand side. Ref's got his arm out here for another penalty infringement, but Christchurch look to play the advantage through Angie Sasifa, and she's taken down by quite a high tackle there by number 8, Stacey Noir.
Just want to point out there, Hannah King. She's a 16-year-old, and she has been a very solid player there. She's got an absolutely beautiful pass, setting up her outside, setting up the forwards outside of her. Completely under pressure, but just very, very calm, and something you wouldn't expect from a 16-year-old, but absolutely awesome to see, and she's definitely one to watch for the future.
Yeah, she'll be learning a lot from running the cutter at 10 with this Christchurch outfit, considering she's got players like Lucy Anderson and Martha Lolahia outside her. You wouldn't want to give them a terrible pass, or you'd hear about it, I'd say.
Oh, I definitely agree. You know, it'd be the difference between a lost opportunity and a try, probably.
Yeah, both very good midfielders who can finish any day. Let's go short here. Oh, I thought they were going to go short to Lucy Jenkins on that front ball, but it's been an untidy line-out for Christchurch.
Just had a sub there, so Fiona Wright's off, and Pip Prendergast has come on for the lock.
Excited to see Pip Prendergast out here, and that's a untidy nudge there from Kendra Coxedge. Puts it just out before the Halfway. She won't be happy with that kick.
No, very uncharacteristic. I'll be having her on about that tonight, don't you worry.
Yeah. Is there a bet on the table at home, or?
Nah, no, not at all. You know, keep it focused. Had the Celine Dion blasting this morning.
I can imagine. And Prendergast gets her first touch of the ball as she takes that one off the line out. Tori Gapper with the ball out wide now to Bronwyn Dibb, and she's got some pace to burn. Gives it to Taylor Ulridge, who gives it to Sarita DeGrow, and she's put that one out. So they'll look to come back now for a Christchurch line out.
Really letting Te Rauriwa Gapper run quite a bit. You know, they're not putting much pressure on her, and when you do that, she's got time to pick the options, and she will hit the right option every time, back at 100%. So I'd be looking to shut that down if I was the Christchurch D.
So we look like we have another substitution here for Christchurch as Brooke Parker leaves the field with Sam Curtis moving to halfback, and can't quite see the new person on the paddock yet, but we will update that for you soon. And it's gone to the front with Kaylee Tavendale, but again it's untidy for Christchurch, and Rebecca Todd takes the ball up, but she's put down by Cindy Nellis, and Sam Curtis plays halfback as Hannah King gives it off to Tamara Silcock, and Lucy Anderson's hit by Liv McGovern in a great tackle. The ref's called it high, so he's got his arm out, but Christchurch continue to shift it to the left hand side through Hannah King. Sam Curtis to play half. Looks like Khaleesi Tanga's on the paddock as well now, so she's taking the ball up now through Lucy Anderson, has a crack up the middle, and Nina Paletti is given a tough ball there, but she takes that one, and Lucy Anderson plays halfback to Rebecca Todd. Got all sorts going on here, but Kaylee Tavendale has a really run up the sideline, gives that pass to Ash Brett, but the referee's taking it all the way back. Long advantage there.
Yeah, long advantage. Definitely getting a bit more momentum, this Christchurch team. Looking good when they got the go forward. Really working it with each other. Obviously looking for that power and driving it up, and then looking for the options once the tackle has been initiated. So possibly looking to pass the ball or set someone up before that tackle's actually initiated would be the next option. Few words there to Captain Sophie Anderson. I wouldn't know how many caps she's got, but she's been here a long time.
Yeah, Sophie's got a world of knowledge in that brain, and it's good to see her talking to the team there and relaying that message from the referee.
The referee will definitely appreciate that. They always like it when the captain's respectful and listens to them.
So yes, in 18, Khaleesi Tanga is on now in the forward pack, so she'll be a dangerous threat for Christchurch as well, as we see another change. Ash Brett now coming off, and Christchurch having to look to the bench to get some impact.
Well, they do have a very, very strong bench still, making a huge impact hopefully.
So now we have a varsity scrum just outside of their own 22.
Sammy Curtis going to halfback. It's a big move from winger to halfback, but she looks like she's taking it in her stride. She's got some good balls going out wide.
Yeah, they'll definitely miss her out there on the wing, but she's sped the game up here at halfback, which is good to see.
She's got great vision. She'll look for those holes around the ruck as well. Just another option.
Kendra takes it off the back of the scrum and feeds to Tori Gapper. They'll go wide again now. Liv McGovern puts a nudge through, and they've got good chases on that right-hand side through Bronwyn Dibb. She's managed to scoop that one up.
It's gone out there. It's Viper's ball, which is a great turnover from that kick.
So another substitution now coming on. Number 19 for varsity, Marima Hamsley.
Both teams now looking for the bench, looking for their impact.
Actually, they've had a change there. It's actually number 19, but it's Riley O'Rourke.
Oh yes, sister of Greer.
So, yeah, you can see both of them there playing 6 and 7. But Christchurch have taken the ball. Sammy Curtis delivers at 9.
It's gone out to the right side there. Christchurch still carrying it up.
Sam Kurt looks to play halfback and has a wee dabble, but she's taken down by the Christchurch.
Sorry about the picture, it's going to get sorted out as soon as possible, but we might be able to shuffle our way up and watch live as Christchurch regain on the 22.
And Angie Sophia has the ball and she's taken down by Greer O'Rourke. But a penalty here to the Viperettes. Liv McGovern looks to go quick, but she thinks about that twice.
She's bringing the fizz, old Liv McGovern. They're just on the 40-metre line looking for the territory, I'm sure.
Yeah, Liv McGovern knows how to turn up on the final play, doesn't she?
She does. She loves it. She'll bring the fizz. She'll get the team up.
Just that fist pump after that first try. It's hard not to smile as the ball goes into touch and we have a varsity line-out.
Again, we'll be looking to see what options they take off this line-out. Their backs have been absolutely threatening and they've changed it up again, so Liv McGovern back at second 5 and Taylor Simpson out at centre.
So here, throw for Sophie Anderson. Looks to go to the front, but it's untidy. It's gone to the back to Stacey and they've taken it down in the driving maul. But they've been held up by the Christchurch defence. And Kendra has the ball now at the back and gives a pass to Liv McGovern, who's hit high. She's taken down just before the 22. Another great carry there by the Viper forwards. And they've gone round the corner again by Charlotte Allen. And inside ball to Nicole Purdom, and she's got the try there.
She got the duck down. Absolutely great vision there by the front rowers.
Yeah, inside ball by Charlotte Allen to Nicole Purdom.
Liv McGovern getting them up.
She's fizzing for it. Great support there by the Vipers bench as well. But they've definitely turned up to play today and they got the points on the board early. So Christchurch are really having to come from behind now.
Just patient go forward there, Mel. They're just really driving it up through the rucks and then looking for those options when they come.
It's great to see those front rowers passing the ball around like they're in the back three and they're nimble on their feet. So Kendra Coxedge will look to put 2 more points on the board. 30 points to 6.
She's just setting up there. I'm sure she's...
So she gets that nudge and so it takes it 32 points to 6 and it'll be hard for Christchurch to come back now after 57 minutes gone. 23 minutes in the game left.
Yeah, it's going to be
tough.
True test of character. They're going to have to dig deep, go into those dark places.
Yeah. So restart now through Isabella Waterman and she kicks it deep again. No fee right on the field anymore, so someone else will have to take that ball. And it's been taken now by Cindy Nellis, the Canadian international who's made a mark in this Vipers team. Tori Gapper stands at first receiver. She gives it off and that's a tough ball to take. Pip Prendergast takes that one in and we're going wide now. Tori Gapper, she's got work rate on the field today and she's given it off to Taylor Simpson, but she's been taken in a hard tackle. We've got a runaway now by Nicole Purdom. Can't quite execute there. So we'll have a Christchurch scrum.
Vipers just getting absolutely fueled up, eh? They're just really taking their opportunities, running everything. Every one of their players out there look to take the opportunities.
Yeah, I don't think anyone from 1 to 22 is going to let this Christchurch team take the trophy away for another year, so they'll be doing anything they can, even with that support coming from the bench. You can just see how much they want this and how much it means to those girls.
Absolutely, but don't knock out Christchurch yet. They're definitely a team that could come back from this lag. Sorry,
this lead.
Lag.
Khaleesi getting a head knock there and looks like she's got a bleeding nose, so she'll have to come off. And Atlanta Lolahia, she's back on the field.
Oh, she'll be absolutely fizzing. She will bring the heat again, once again, running those short lines, using those big shoulders of hers and running people over.
She's got more to give and can't wait to see her big ball carries coming back out on the paddock now. But sad to see Khaleesi Tunga go off after just the short stint in this final.
I'm sure she'll be back. She'll chuff a bit of Vaseline up the nose and give it a wipe and be back on the field in no time.
So Sam Curtis now to feed to this Christchurch scrum. Clean ball here, and it goes to first 5 Hannah King. And out now on a storming run is Martha Lolohea, and she's want to put some points back on the board for her Christchurch team. Sam Curtis waits and swings it back the other side to Nina Paletti. She's had a good run up the middle. The referee's got his arm out again, and Sam Curtis comes back to Angie Sisafia. And she's taken down by Greer O'Rourke. Sam Curtis plays halfback, but it's knocked down by Cindy Nellis. And now Isabella Waterman's got some pace to burn with. Again, we see Atlanta Lolohea, but somehow that nimble feet, she stayed in. And goes to Hannah King out to Pip Love. Sophie Anderson couldn't quite take her down. But there's a good counter ruck there from Riley O'Rourke, and she looks to...
How in the world did Atlanta Lolohea stay in that field?
Oh, 3 defenders, and they've gone quick now. Lucy Anderson, she wants some points on the board, but Hannah King, she beats one defender, and she dances through the other, but they've brought it down now just short of the 22, and Rebecca Todd waits as she's taken down by 3 defenders. Sam Curtis now to deliver to Lucy Jenkins, and she's given the ball out the back to Isabella Waterman, and she could go all the way, and she has. Solo effort there by Isabella Waterman.
Absolutely saw the gap and took it as fast as she could.
She didn't know which way to go, but then she just went straight over the top of Taylor Ulrich.
Yeah.
And I guess those long limbs of her, you know, call her the pencil and the whatnot. She's
bit of a beanstalk, isn't she?
Yeah, she's got long limbs out there. She just reached out and put that ball down, and here we go. We've got a game on our hands.
I said don't count them out yet. They'll be fighting to get back into this game, and that's their first try for the game, and they'll absolutely fuel them, amp them up.
Crazy to think that Christchurch haven't scored a try this whole game.
That is crazy. It's very uncharacteristic for them, but here we go. Here we go.
So 32-11 now, and Isabella Waterman will look to convert her own try. She's had an outstanding game, hasn't she?
She is an outstanding player, an absolute asset with that boot of hers. And her running lines, her vision is absolutely another asset there.
And she's converted her own try, so we really do have a game on our hands. 32 plays 13 as Varsity still take the lead, but Christchurch looking to claw their way back into this.
They'll be looking to really hit it harder out after this kick-off.
Yeah, this will make the Vipers just that wee bit more hungry, I think.
I believe so.
They don't want to let Christchurch back into this match, but they have conceded that try, so Kendra Coxedge just taking all the time in the world to kick off. She's not in any hurry. She's got the points on the board. She's not too worried. She'll look to kick deep now, and she has gone down, and Hannah King waits, gives it off to Lucy Anderson, crashes it up the middle. Sam Curtis plays halfback and gives to Nina Paletti. Nina Paletti gives the ball out back to the try scorer, Isabella Waterman, and she's had another run. Oh, hard to put down as Isabella Waterman still going. She's made 20 metres here. Sam Curtis delivers out to Angie Sifa. Rebecca Todd now has a go, and they've got momentum. Sam Curtis to feed Lucy Anderson at first receiver, and Lucy Jenkins gets that ball away to Martha Lolohea, and now Atlanta Lolohea has some pace to burn. She's still going. She's taken down by Bronwyn Dibb inside the 22, and Lucy Jenkins has got some pace there, steaming onto that ball by Sam Curtis, and Lucy Anderson, she's had a pick and go. She's playing every position on the paddock at the moment. And now Sam Curtis with the ball gives to Pip Love, and she sizes up Charlotte Allen and Nicole Purdom, but they stop her in her tracks, and now the ball's loose for Hannah King, and Tori Gapper's all over her, the little 16-year-old. And the ball's loose for Christchurch, but the ref's given a penalty and an option for a tap and go here. Varsity.
What a change of pace.
Wow. They have gone quick. Sammy Kirk could go herself, but she's given to Rebecca Todd, and now they look to score one out wide through Kaylee Tavendale.
Caught Varsity napping there.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. This, I don't know why we called it so early, you know. It is a game of two halves right now. I mean, almost
shame on us.
Quarters.
Ref's going to have another chat as well to old Sophie Anderson.
This doesn't look good, does it? I guess they've had a few infringements now throughout this game, so
Absolutely.
when does the card start coming out? I guess you only learn once you get a card. Don't do it again.
Absolutely, if you do, then it's just silly. Change of pace though with Sammy Curtis coming into halfback. She's really reaching into those rucks. She's not waiting for the ball to come to her. She's working for it.
Yeah, Christchurch are definitely playing better style out there now, but Isabella Waterman looks to convert that, and she does so. What a nudge.
Big nudge from the beanpole.
Big crunch time too. Like, she definitely had to get those points on the board, and now 32 plays 20. What a change-up of game right now.
12 points in it. It's anyone's game.
65 minutes gone now, so we've got 15 minutes to go. As we look for another change, looks like Erina Timwananui has taken the field, and she looks to take off Charlotte Allen and will slot in at prop. Excited to see Erina out there. I can see her sister Jamie warming up. The old triplets are missing one though, as Chloe's in Wellington at the moment. But it'll be exciting to see what X Factor they bring on. See how many people they steamroll. And Kendra Coxedge kicks us off. Gone shorter to this time to Atlanta Lolohea, who's had multiple touches in this game. And she looks to take it down, but offloads in contact, and it's a messy play, but somehow Varsity have come away with that through. Greer O'Rourke takes it forward with her sister Riley cleaning that ruck. Kendra waits now, and it's an untidy ball, but she gives to Cindy Nellis, and she's met by Atlanta Lolohea, who's hungry for that ball back after giving it back to Varsity. And Sophie Anderson with a big right step. She's taken down, and Kendra looks for more ball runners through Lynn McGovern, and Martha Lolohea cuts her short, but she gets offload to Tori Gapper, who's smashing the tackle by Tamara Silcock, and Kendra gives the ball now to Riley Greer O'Rourke, sorry. It's just on the 22 now, the Vipers. And the ball's gone to Nicole Purdon, but she catches it behind her back, and they've gone wide now, the Varsity out through Taylor Ulrich to Sarita DeGrow. And she's taken down by, looks like Courtney Jane Wheeler out there. Now back through Nicole Purdon. And it's slow momentum here. Erina Timwananui waits for the short ball off Kendra Coxedge, but she's met by Angie Sasifa. And now Greer O'Rourke wants to have another carry. She says, give me the ball, Kendra. She's taken down, and Varsity still with momentum here, and goes to sister Riley O'Rourke. But the ball's out the back to Taylor Simpson. Bronwyn Dibb has to tidy up, and she's broken one tackle, and Kendra's really got no options but to put a wee nudge through, and goes out 10 metres short.
Taken out by Christchurch, is it?
That was
penalty.
I think Kendra was looking for the advantage there. I think the ref might have had a wee word in their ear, but they look to somehow have got the ball back. So
good territory here. They'll be looking to execute. The whole bench is on their feet. They're all very, very excited, ready to go.
Looks like Kendra will take the 3 points here. Just push that lead out.
Smart move, seeing that Christchurch have got a bit more momentum. Just looking to keep the ball in hand, the Vipers. They need to keep it out of Christchurch's hands so they can really execute it.
Yeah, Christchurch definitely been playing better rugby in this last 15-minute mark, but still struggling just to hold on to that ball and build momentum, gain some territory as Varsity have quickly got back down into the Christchurch's 22.
Yeah, hopefully they haven't left it too late for their sake.
So Kendra will look to take the 3 points here on offer, right in front. And she does so.
Slots it straight down the middle.
I think there would have been a bit of chat if she had missed that one.
Yeah, maybe even a sub.
Yeah, I think there'll be a few girls wanting to take her spot here on the Varsity bench. They're all pretty excited to get out there on the paddock in this great final match, and we've had a fumble here by Izzy Waterman, but let's act like we never seen it.
Lucky there, I think. Lucky there.
Very
I think
lucky.
they called for the sub.
I think the referee had bigger things to worry about. So Sophie Anderson now takes the kick-off. She's brought down by Tamara Silcock, who wants that ball. Goes now to Stacey, the number 8. They get around it. Kendra box kicks over the top and bounces up now for waiting as Angie Sifa, and she gives it off to Isabella Waterman, and Rebecca Todd now has the ball in hand and she has a show and go. Doesn't get past Liv McGovern though. Sam Curtis gives out to Martha Lolohea and out to the young Hannah King now. Martha Lolohea with the ball back in hand and she's made metres up the field. Sam Curtis waits at halfback for Nina Paletti, puts her hand up and says give it to me. Dozer Lucy Anderson now breaking through the tackle of Liv McGovern. Rebecca Todd gives the ball out to Khaleesi Tunga, who's back on the paddock after the blood bin, and she's giving it to the left winger in jersey 22. Sam Curtis now gives to Hannah King, with Rebecca Todd now with some space up and gives it to Pip Love, but she's been hit in a good tackle and stopped in her and checks. Sam Curtis now gives a bobbly pass out to Nina Paletti. Still got space to burn on that right side though if they can get quick ball, but Lucy Anderson looks to have a pick and go. Loose ball at the back of the ruck there, and Christchurch are really struggling to get it out. Ref's taking it back for the penalty just outside of the 22.
Yeah, very lucky there. Vipers are trying to really attack that ruck. They've seen the opportunity, a few individual runners, and trying to get over that ball.
Angie looks to take it quick, but she thinks twice about it. Says take the points. Well, they look like they are actually going to set up for a tap and go. Pip's got her hands on her knees, but she wants it. She says give it to me and gives it out the back to Hannah King and trying to make something of this penalty, and Martha Lolohea just says I'll run straight. So she takes on the Stacey, the big number 8 from varsity, and goes back out to Hannah King, who takes on about 4 defenders by herself, but she's got some players in behind her now, and Sam Curtis gives the ball to Isabella Waterman. Looked like there was a wee gap there for her, but she's taken down. Now they'll reset back through the forwards. So it goes to Pip Love, and she's got Nina Paletti on her outside. Christchurch look to go to the right side again through Lucy Anderson, and she's giving it to Rebecca Todd, who's been wrapped up by Sarita DeGrow. Pick and go now by Lucy Anderson. Work rate's been outstanding. Sam Curtis gives back to Nina Paletti now, and she carries quite high but manages to get to ground. Sam Curtis delivers to Pip Love, who takes on Cindy Nellis and just wraps the ankles. Sam Curtis delivers out to Lucy Jenkins, who gives the ball out to the back, and there's space out wide now for the left winger. She dots down.
Yeah, Lucy Anderson, she's been everywhere, hasn't she? She's been playing a bit of midfield and a bit of 6 this year, so she's definitely got the skill set to do pretty much anything on that field.
Wow, this is definitely a Christchurch game now, and it's really could come down to be quite close.
10 points in it. We're just looking for the kick now. They'll bring it down to 8.
That was a lot better from Christchurch. They seemed to hold on to the ball and they executed it multiple phases, and that's what got that space out wide for the left winger.
We can see that they've got their backs hanging in behind the forwards there. Even if it's an individual runner, they're just confusing the defence and going either way depending on which way the defence goes. So it's very hard to defend, but it's working well for them.
And Isabella Waterman just puts that one out to the left and can't convert that try, and that could be critical with 9 minutes to go.
9 minutes, 10 points. Here we go.
So would have been beneficial for Izzy to put that one over the post, but unable to do so. So we've got a 10-point ball game.
It's a lot of pressure being the kicker, but they're only one person in the team, so everyone's got to work together to try and get those points on the board.
For those supporters at home, we hope you're on the edge of the seats like we are, because it's definitely got a game on our hands now. It's been good to see. Finals footy, anything can happen.
Yeah, I'm sorry if the volume does go up a wee bit soon, because she's getting very exciting.
So Kendra Cox is now to restart, and she kicks it deep down into the Christchurch half with Hannah King waiting, and she gives it off to Sammy Curtis. She's taken down there. Looks like Erin Atumananui makes first hit of the game, and she gives it off now. A loose pass to Isabella Waterman, but she scoops it up at her ankles. Sam Curtis plays half-back now to Hannah King with Pip Love waiting for the ball, and Nicole Purdom tackles her. Sam Curtis to play half-back, goes to the right side through Kaylee Tavendale. She's taken down on the 10 metres. Lucy Anderson now inside ball to Angie Sifa, and she's taken down. Lucy Anderson was a pick and go and goes all alone. Could be a turnover here. Varsity can get there, and they do.
It has been working for her, but Vipers, they've been waiting for that. They saw her coming individually and just got straight over it. Crucial mistake there.
Yeah, that was tough ask there by Lucy Anderson going in alone. Not doing enough on the ground to give time for her teammates to come in, and Varsity were all over her really. They saw the opportunity, and Kendra Coxedge will put this penalty out on the full. We see in jersey 21 Paige Hunter onto the right wing for Varsity.
They'll be looking to do another short line out here. It seems to be their game plan. Get the ball moving, get it into the hands of their big ball runners.
So really Bronwyn Dibb has been replaced by Paige Hunter, so she's had a good game though.
She has had a good game, very strong runner, very fast, a trampolinist, I think.
Yes, she is. She's been very consistent for the Vipers side. As Tori Gapper gets along to Liv McGovern, and short ball to Taylor Simpson again. We see that move coming out for the Vipers. Quick ball here by Kendra Coxedge out to Tori Gapper, who slings the pass out wide to Taylor Aldridge. Sarita DeGrow on the outside left wing. Now we set back through Tori Gapper and gives it to Erina Temananui, but she's hit in a hard tackle by Rebecca Todd, and that's a high tackle too. Kendra drop kicks it. Doesn't quite come off, but there's someone there, and it's a try. Oh, we've seen all sorts, really, haven't we?
Honestly, it's been a game of everything. How fortunate was that bounce?
Well, if you're at home and you're trying to catch up like we are, we've just seen a penalty advantage, and Kendra takes the opportunity, drops kicks it. Doesn't go over, but it bounce up for the number 13, Taylor Simpson. She takes advantage and dots probably the easiest try of the match for herself, really.
I'd say so. Absolutely outstanding. Just the awareness there to continue to chase. Often you see the players relax off a bit when there's a kick coming, but nothing's relaxed about this game. I tell you what, it's so high scoring that everyone wants a piece of the pie.
Now we've seen that drop kick in the FBC final last year against Auckland, and Kendra slotted it through the post, and it was really a change in momentum. This time it's a try, and instead of a 3-point ball game, it's a 5-point ball game. We've gone now 40 to 25, 42 to 25 now, so Varsity pushed the lead out.
Absolutely, just outstanding there. We've said it once and we'll say it again, you cannot expect the unexpected with Kendra Coxedge.
Gosh, this has been an awesome match, an awesome final really, to finish off the Cairns South Women's competition. Isabella Waterman looks to restart, and that's gone too long.
Oh, crucial mistake.
She just wasn't set on her processes there like she has been. She kind of rushed it. I don't know if it was frustration or she just wanted to get their ball rolling, seeing as they're catching up. And
still quite a young player, Isabella Waterman, but as you've seen in this game, she's a crucial part of the team, making meters and taking the kicks. She's a very important player, so hopefully some of the experience might just have a wee talk in her ear and tell her to calm down and just play her own game a wee bit more.
Yeah, I think Christchurch will be frustrated though. They've definitely had a lot of opportunities, but probably haven't executed well enough.
Well, only been beaten once this season by the Vipers in their last game. So
now off the back of the scrum is the number 8 Stacey, and Kendra Coxedge has to clean a bit of a fumble there by Sydney Nellis, and she knows it. The ref didn't see it, so play on is the call, and Kendra Coxedge gives out to Tori Gapper, and Erina Tumananui gives a release ball out to Liv McGovern, who palms off Martha Lolahia. Now Sarita DeGrow has some space to burn on the outside, but she's been wrapped up in all sorts of trouble, so she's taken out.
Two great powers colliding there. Liv McGovern and Martha Lolahia, if they fully collide, that's going to be an explosion of a tackle. Definitely looking to execute out on the wing as well.
So Miriam Hammersley is now on in jersey 19, and so is Jamie Temananui. It looks like Jamie will slot in at prop. And it goes to Kaylee Tavendale at the top of the line out, and Sam Curtis is under all kinds of pressure by Sydney Nellis, and Lucy Anderson has to scoop up the ball and calm it down for Christchurch. inside their own 22. Sam Curtis delivers out to Rebecca Todd, and the short ball is Pip Love. She really enjoys that short line. Sam Curtis now goes quick momentum out to the right-hand side through Rebecca Todd. Sam Curtis has to clean now. Now, Kaylee Tavendale takes the ball in, but the referee's called a penalty.
There is nothing better than a prop running a short line through a hole. I tell you what, that's how they get their sweetest meat pies. Crucial there.
Yeah, that hasn't gone out. So Sydney Nellis tidies that one up for the varsity team, and Kendra Coxedge puts a chip in behind, a boxy over the top for, looks like Taylor Ulrich is, and it's just beaten both players there.
Smart though.
And now Rebecca Todd has a quick throw to Angie Sasifa, and she looks to wind up the legs. She's given off to Tamara Silcock, who's in it, had a good tackle by Liv McGovern. Christchurch have got space out wide, but it's slow ball from Sam Curtis, but Martha Lolohea gives to Lucy Jenkins, who has a netball pass out to the left winger, and she passes it back inside to Paige Hunter, which is not the same teammate, so varsity now have the ball back. And again, the ball somehow been turned over by Christchurch, and Angie Sasifa comes up with it. Gets it off now to Tamara Silcock, who's still going. She's gone through two defenders. Riley O'Rourke couldn't bring her down, neither could Taylor Aldridge, and she's going to go all the way. Tamara Silcock.
Great try.
Put your hand up.
Put your hands together, put your hand up.
Pat yourself on the back. Tamara Silcock, you've just kept the game alive for your team.
Keep those legs pumping and absolutely drove through, just mowed over half the Vipers' defence.
You can see now that people are starting to get tired and just not putting bodies on the ground, and as you could see, she wasn't held in any of those tackles. So
definitely looking to speed up the game, and that obviously worked for them, so they've got 1 minute left.
The score is 42-32, so it's a quick. It is a tight ball game still, but it'll be tough for Christchurch.
We've got 1 minute on our clock, but you never know what they've got on theirs, so you got to hang on to the very, very last whistle.
And varsity are in no rush now to restart the game.
They'll be looking just to slow it down and try to get the ball back in their position.
A late minute change now by varsity as Sarita DeGrow comes off and Samantha Colvin and 22 comes on to the left wing. Sarita's had a good day at the office, really.
Very good. She's got a few balls out wide there, but being covered, but also managed to get around and make a few metres.
She's been consistent for this varsity outfit, and I think Sammy Colvin will definitely add to this. Kendra kicks up now. Lucy Jenkins awaits, and she takes it in, but she gets hit hard and taken down. But Sam Curtis plays halfback and gives to Pip Love, who gets the ball away to Lucy Anderson. She's taken down with Sam Curtis plays. Oh, shoot through there from Miriam, but Tamara Silcock, the try scorer, looks to go again, but is stopped by Liv McGovern, and Sam Curtis gives to Martha Lolohea, who gives it out to Angie, and now Hannah King's got some room. Gives it off to Rebecca Todd. Probably should have just held on to that ball there and created some pressure, but it goes out to Martha Lolohea now, and she's forced to step back inside by Sydney Nellis, but she's still going and taken down by Pip Prendergast here. The referee's got his arm out. He's waving all sorts, really. Nina Paletti has to play halfback, and she gives it now to Tamara Silcock. Referee comes back for the penalty. And Angie Sasifa wants to go quick, and she's tapped and goes straight to Toddy. Rebecca Todd, that is. She's taken down, but they've got good momentum here, Christchurch, and they give it out to Lucy Anderson on the short ball is Isabella Waterman. And the referee's given another penalty for not releasing, and Sam Curtis wants to go quick, but she's not on the mark. Has to take it back.
They're getting desperate here. They don't have time to kick it out, so they want to finish on a high.
Angie Sasifa now takes it into Jamie Timananui, sorry, and Sophie Anderson. But varsity come up with the penalty.
This could be the end of it, I think.
This could be it.
Bit of cramp there. It's been a hard game.
It's been good running rugby though on a day like this, and Kendra Coxedge will just put that ball out and secure the win for varsity, and they're ecstatic. Can't believe it. They've stopped the four-peat from Christchurch, and they've taken the win 42 points to 32.
Well deserved. All 30 or 23 of them were in and wanting to win that, so they're well deserved.
Yeah, they've put out good performances all season, so this really does just wrap up an amazing season by the University of Canterbury Vipers, and as the celebrations go on, I'm sure they will continue throughout the night. But thank you for watching today. It's been an awesome day of club rugby, and just shows the women's game in Canterbury, and we're just ecstatic to be alongside you all in this match. So on behalf of Grace Brooker and myself, Melanie Puckett, just like to thank you all for tuning in to Canterbury Rugby.
And stay safe.